great to be back. I would love to say I've been on holiday, but it's been really, really busy. As a coaching staff, we're really, really well prepared. We had a lot of coaching camps, we did a lot of research on World Rugby, we went through every single game that we've played. You know, we've also had 2 camps with the management itself, and I think what's very important, also went overseas to England, visit all the stadiums, all the training venues for the World Cup, all the hotels, and you know, all those things are put in place. I'm very happy that we've done that already. Also visit the franchises, spend time with the players and all the coaches, so we've been very, very busy. The difficulty with the national coaches or the Springbok coach, you don't have time with the players. You know, you get them on a Monday before a test match, you get 3 days off day captains, then you play. For me, it's really frustrating because I know how great we can be. So you always look at the guys, that's a core group of players, but you always want to inject passion and youngsters and enthusiasm. They bring that to the side. So it's great to have these camps where we can invite some young players. A lot of these players, for me, it's very, very important. They fit into the culture and the ethos of the Springboks. And the main thing for me is mentally for these players. Firstly, you know, suddenly they train with world-class players, and then they get self-belief because they see, listen, I'm just as big, just as quick, just as great skills as these players. And going back, I've always seen in Owen, they've worked harder, they've got much more confidence, and they believe they can play for the Boks. When I took over, I was worried about the leadership in the team because if you look at the team then, it was a very young side, and a lot of the guys hasn't even been captains of their franchises. I'm very proud now to say that a lot of the players came through. Suddenly it's a lot of leadership in the team and a lot of great captains done well, so you need that. You know, there's a lot of highlights, but I would say the highlight for me, rugby-wise, is you know, we've won 8 out of the last 9 games away from home, which is great because the World Cup's away from home. I also believe to win the last 2 end-of-year tours was something special because the guys were totally overplayed, and it was tough. We haven't beaten France in France for 16 years. But if I must point out one game, it was the beating of Australia in Australia. We've never won there as a Springbok side. Scoring 4 tries against them with a record win for me is one of the highlights of my career. Probably my low point is every time they show me on TV, and I lose it sometimes. I hate it when the camera's on me. I always believe the coach should be in the background, and it's all about a team. But more serious, you know, it's every game we haven't won. Also, you know, it's a big setback for me if one of the players gets injured and they're not available, because you know, at the end of the day, you still work with people and human beings, and you don't want him to get injured. It's a huge setback for me now, like John. You know, personally, I take it hard because he's such a great human being, such a great captain, and we're going to miss him. And other players as well that's injured. For me, that is a big setback if you get injuries. We scored 3.9 tries per game on average last year, which is unheard of in Test match rugby. And one of the main reasons is we work very, very hard on the breakdown. So that's one thing we need to still keep working on. And you know, the franchises also work a lot of those skills. But I truly believe that you know, we need to improve our skill level all over if we want to be the best team in the world. I'm not happy with our tactical kicking. I believe that we just kick too many balls away, and if you want to kick, you have to kick to get the balls back, and that's where New Zealand is the best in the world if you look at the stats. But I think the main thing is now that we start right from scratch. There's not a lot of time, and you need to use these 4 games to get going for the championship. I really want to thank the franchises. You know, it's been awesome in the way we've worked together, and it's a huge improvement from, you know, I've been in rugby for 20 years in South Africa, and this is, I believe, the best it's ever been. You know, we visit all the franchises. There's much more communication between the coaches, and I've just came back from a meeting last week where we're definitely going to work much more together for the World Cup, send our coaches there, help wherever we can. So I think the communication and the way we work together is the best it's ever been, and that's the only way I think we can catch up to New Zealand, because that's the system they've got. But especially next year before the World Cup, it's a huge concern because there's no incoming tours where you can actually work with the Boks. There's 21 Super Rugby games, then it's 4 games for the incoming championship, and then the World Cup starts. So there's not a lot of time to prepare. And you're in the hand of the franchises, because if they don't help you, there's no way we can win the World Cup. So I'm very thankful for them. They've been really positive. And one thing I believe is that come World Cup year, everybody in South Africa wants the Springboks to win, and that's a great relief for me.